heart. So we have to begin very, very big. Okay? Can you send it to me? The video, yeah. I thought I could post it to the whole class. So this is, we begin very big, planet Earth. So this is not the kidney, this is not the brain, this is the heart. So this heart now I got 1 point. Now I have to look at continent, the other biggest thing, my chambers. These are my chambers. That's my, I have to know my laterality. This is my polarity, my laterality. Is this the left side or is this the right side? How do I tell that? I have to place the heart in the anatomical position. I can be anywhere. I can be behind the heart, I can be to the left of the heart, I can be in front of the heart, but I have to put it in the anatomical position. In the anatomical position, this left ventricle is the biggest because it pumps blood to the system. So it needs to be much bigger compared to the right ventricle who only pumps blood to the lung, which is nearby. Okay, so I identified the biggest one is my left ventricle. The biggest one is my left ventricle. And the smallest one is my right ventricle. So now I know my left from right. So the bottom ones are the ventricles. The top ones, these two guys are my atria. So that's my already 2 points now. I know the biggest guys. Then I have to know the valves that are between them. I have 2 sets of valves. I have 4 valves, but 2 sets of each. I have, first of all, atrioventricular valves. So from the name, atrioventricular. From the atria to the ventricle. From the atria to the ventricle. Atrioventricular valve. So that one is easy. Now, atrioventricular valve, that's half a point because I have 2. So on the exam, if I say, what is that? And you say, that's an atrioventricular valve, half a point. But if you say it is the left atrioventricular valve, okay. If you say this is the bicuspid valve, then you have really pinpointed because we don't have 2 bicuspid. It's this one. It's made of 2 cusp. It has a nickname mitral valve because it's like it's like the hat of the mitral bishops in the church. So they used to call it bicuspid. So that's my bicuspid valve, and this is my tricuspid valve. This is my tricuspid valve, and they are always atrioventricular. The other set of valve is not between the atria and the ventricle. It's between the ventricle and the outside of the body. And I have 2 sets. I have one right here, you guys see it. This is between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery taking bad blood to the lung. So that is my right semilunar valve, perfect, more precisely, my pulmonary valve. On that side, my good blood wants to go to my body, wants to go to the aorta, and it's right here. That's my you see my semilunar? That's my semilunar valve. See my semilunar valve. See my semilunar valve. Okay, so the blood now has gone to my aorta, and now the blood is going to the tissue. It's going to go to the microcirculation. There's going to be an exchange, a filtration. All the oxygen is going to diffuse out to the tissue. All the carbon dioxide is going to be removed, and all the nutrients are going to flow out to the tissue. And then you're gonna return the bad blood through your. These guys are important too. So this is your inferior vena cava. Your inferior vena cava, and this is your superior vena cava. So you gotta know your superior vena cava, bringing bad blood, draining bad blood from the front, maybe like one side bringing bad blood from the scalp and the face, while the other one is bringing blood from like the deeper regions, like your brain and all of that. But in the end, they converge in one tunnel. That is your superior vena cava because it's coming from the top. And here, that is your inferior vena cava. Okay? Are we sure?